The United States has taken decisive action against what it perceives as a critical threat in the ongoing battle against the opioid crisis. On Tuesday, the U.S. Attorney's offices in Florida, in conjunction with the Federal Treasury Department, imposed sanctions and issued indictments against numerous Chinese entities and individuals accused of involvement in the illegal trade of the highly addictive synthetic opioid, fentanyl. This robust response by U.S. authorities was met with strong opposition from China as the two nations continue to grapple with the complex issue of narcotics trafficking. U.S. officials have characterized these measures as a vital component of their efforts to combat the deadliest overdose epidemic in American history. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, speaking to reporters, conveyed the gravity of the situation. "We are here today to deliver a message on behalf of the United States government. We know who is responsible for poisoning the American people with fentanyl. We know that this global fentanyl supply chain, which ends with the deaths of Americans, often starts with chemical companies in China." The charges encompass a range of alleged transgressions, including accusations against Chinese companies and executives involved in advertising, manufacturing, and distributing precursor chemicals essential for the production of synthetic opioids like fentanyl. Prosecutors have contended that some of these Chinese chemical firms employed deceptive tactics, such as counterfeit labels, to ship illegal substances to the United States discreetly. Additionally, certain shipments were purportedly destined for Mexico's powerful Sinaloa drug cartel. China's response to these allegations was swift and vehement. Liu Pengyu, a spokesperson for the Chinese embassy in Washington, D.C., reiterated China's commitment to combating drug trafficking and criticized the United States for what Beijing perceives as scapegoating and an impediment to cooperative anti-drug efforts. The issue of fentanyl has been a point of contention between the U.S. and China for some time. During his visit to China in June, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken emphasized Washington's need for increased cooperation from Beijing in curbing the flow of fentanyl. Both nations had expressed a willingness to explore the establishment of a working group to address this challenge. These sanctions and indictments come just before Attorney General Garland and other senior officials were scheduled to visit Mexico, where discussions about fentanyl trafficking were expected to take center stage. Fentanyl represents the latest chapter in the United States' protracted struggle with the opioid crisis. Shockingly, in 2022, over individuals lost their lives to drug overdoses in the United States, with approximately of those deaths linked to opioids, according to data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. In tandem with charging 8 companies, the U.S. Justice Department also unveiled indictments against 12 corporate executives allegedly involved in drug trafficking. Simultaneously, the Treasury Department levied sanctions against 28 entities and individuals primarily in China but also in Canada. These sanctions effectively sever their access to the U.S. financial system and prohibit any U.S. entities from engaging in transactions with them. While none of the individuals named have been apprehended, Attorney General Garland affirmed the commitment of prosecutors to bring all defendants to justice.